Hey guys. There it is. Hey, it's me, Miss Basil. So I'm hearing a lot of issues kind of with the first activity, multiplying fractions by whole numbers. So I'm just going to give a real quick rundown of it. Please watch, especially if you're one of those people that keep commenting, I don't understand, I don't understand, I don't understand. Here it is. So I would definitely take a minute and follow through with it. So you have a video that's just a really quick rundown of multiplying fractions by a whole number. So I gave you two strategies. Me and Miss Collins gave you two strategies. So this is the first activity. So it's a copy of it's multiplying fractions by a whole number. So if you click on it, it'll take you to your assignment. Please let me know if it's not working. So this is Miss Collins's class. It says that a few of you have no attachment, so I don't know if that's because you haven't accessed it yet or if something just went terribly wrong and I have to figure out how to attach. So please let me know if there's nothing attached to your classroom. All right. We have 24 slides and I only have 10 minutes to kind of go through them, so I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. So for the first slide, you have to, it's a repeated addition with fractions. So 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 is 3/4. So you just click and you drag and you drop and you take it where it belongs. So that is the first slide. This third slide is fractions as a product. So it's again some repeated addition with fractions. So what I'm hearing is that we're deleting text boxes by accident, and that is okay. It happens. So what you have to do is you have to click on the box to kind of make it work. If you can notice, you see that cursor, that black line that is blinking, that is your cursor. If it's not there, then you're going to accidentally delete it, and that's okay, but let's try not to delete it. So make sure that that cursor is blinking. Then you can move it to the front or the back of the question mark, which we're going to move it to the back. Then I can hit backspace and it goes away, and I can put in the information that I want. Well, this one has a bottom number of a 5, so the denominator is going to stay the same. And they're unit fractions, so they're all going to be 1. So you're going to put 1/5. So they're all going to be 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5, which would equal 4/5, right? Let's say I accidentally deleted it. So I accidentally deleted the box. So what I can do is I go up to the top and you see this T. If I hold it over, it says text box. So I can click on the text box and I can drag and make a new box there if I accidentally delete it. And then I can type in the number that I want. The issue is you're going to have to make it bigger. It always, for some reason, is super, super tiny. You're going to have to go 38 or bigger to make it kind of visible. So that's how you add in a text box. Okay, so for this bottom section, which is kind of a lot of the other slides look very similar to this bottom section. Instead of me doing 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5, I can multiply 1/5 times what? Well, how many 1/5s do I have? I have 4. So I can multiply 1/5, so right here would be 1/5. So I can multiply 1/5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, and it would be the same as writing, no, it looks like I messed up. It'd be the same as writing 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 would be the same as 4 times 1/5. So here you have 3 seconds, so 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2. So you could write it 3 times, or you could do 1/2 times 3. Same situation there. Okay, the next slide is the same thing you just did. So I have 4/8. So this is going to be 1/8. Oh, see, look, I accidentally deleted it. So now I got to go to this undo button. And if that doesn't work, then you can add your text box. So 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8, which equals 4/8. Or you could do the same thing, which would be 4. Make sure my cursor is there. There it is. 4 times 1/8. Okay? So that's what you're going to do on all these slides here. I think it's pretty similar throughout the whole thing. So now it doesn't have a repeated addition. So now you're just trying to figure out 7/8, which should be the same as 7 times, make sure my cursor's there, 7 times 1/8. So I took 7/8 and I made a unit fraction, which would be 1/8, and then I can times it by 7, because 7 times 1, which would be 7. Okay, so that's that slide. It's 5, 6, so the multiples of 1/4, so 1/4 times 1, which would be 1/4. You would drag and move it. 1/4 times 2, so 1 times 2 is 2, so it would be 2/4. 2/4 times 3, so 2 times 3, 6/4. Oh, we're just timesing it, but okay. Then it'd be 3/4, and then 4/4, and then 5/4. Okay, so there's that one. Oops, I'm moving that by accident. 7, so multiples of 1/2, so 1/2, 2/2, 3/2, 4/2. So you're going to keep that bottom number the same. So this would be 2/2, 3/2. Oops, see, I deleted it too. It's got to make sure that cursor is blinking or you'll accidentally delete it. 4/2. So that bottom number will stay the same. All right, let's go on to 8. So this is kind of your answer. So 4 times 1/3. So I have 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 thirds. So I'd put 4 here and then thirds here. It does not give you space to make it a mixed number, so I would just leave it in proper for now. Slide 9. So 6 times 1/2 will be the answer. So you have 1/2 6 times, and then you would have 6/2. And then you just drag and drop it there. That's 9. Number 10. So you have your repeated addition like you did before. So you have 4 1/3. So you would type out, I did it again, man. So then you would type out 1/3. Oh, I forgot my question. 1/3 4 times. And then you got to drag and drop. So that's multiplying your top number 4 times 1, and then your bottom number stays the same. So you would drag it over, and then you'd have your answer, which would be 4/3. I added in my head. So you drag and you move that on over. 11, so you multiply each whole number in unit fraction. So use the line tool to click insert line. Oh man, this one's a hard one. So you're going to insert a line, so that is up here. Arrow line, whichever you want to do. And then you got to find the answer. So 6 times 1 is 6, 6/12. So then I make it and I move it over there. A little bit of a challenge here. So that tool is up here really close. It says the arrow. So that's how you do that one. Number 11 is tricky. All right, here you're just finding your answer. So 9 times 1 is 9/8, so 9/8, but 8 can go into 9 one whole time. So 1 1/8. Yeah, it should be 1 1/8. There it is over here. And you drag it and you move it over. So there's 12. Oh, you see how I am on time. Oh man, I don't know. I'm going to have to do 2 separate videos, I guess, because I don't think I'm going to get through all these in time. All right, so 13. So you have to find the answer. So I have 4 times 2/3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 thirds. So 8 thirds here. And then you'd have your answer, which would be 8 1/3. So you drag it and drop it. All right, number 14. In the gray boxes, rewrite the multiplication expression as a whole number times a fraction. So, whole number times a fraction. In the gray boxes, rewrite the multiplication expression as a whole number times a unit fraction. Oh, so they'd be individually. So 1/5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 8, 12.